Hi.
Paul, I'm Gino. I'm from the Philippines.
How are you?
Hello, very nice to meet you. Thank you
Nice
for
to meet
making
you
your
too.
way down here to Asia. Basically.
Oh, thank you. This is the coolest thing being here.
Thanks. Right? Yeah. Okay. You know, since people have already asked you where you were during Infinity War, and of course you can't exactly tell people where you were without giving away anything. Did you kind of feel a fear of missing out, like while that was all happening? You mentioned that you watched Infinity War. Did you kind of feel like, hey, well, how come I wasn't there? You know, I could have done so much.
There is a little bit.
Right?
Yeah, there really is, because I was so into the movie,
Yeah.
and it's like, wait, hey, I know them, and I feel like I've been invited to the same party a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was kind of watching, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was.
Did you watch it in a movie house, like, or was it like
I went to the premiere.
Oh, you went to the premiere. Okay, of course you did.
Well, which was really interesting because it was the first time the movie had been shown in front of anybody. None of the cast
members
had
actually got to see
it.
it. Yeah.
So it was pretty cool being in the room with them.
Yeah.
And then obviously when everything kind of happened, to hear that many people gasp.
Do you have close friends that basically try to get information out of you and ask like, hey, what's happening, man? Like, what part of the timeline are you on?
I've been asked, and they don't really grill me on it too much because they know that I don't. What's weird is my kids have asked me.
Okay.
And it's...
How is that like? I mean...
yeah, I'm used to denying my children of certain things, you know, but it's weird to say, you know, like, look, you can ask me anything you want about Ant-Man and the Wasp or anything.
Right.
And, I can't tell you a thing.
Even your kids, yeah.
Yeah, my kids.
So we
especially my kids.
We can't ask them questions.
Especially my kids, because I know they would tell. They even say, I have a 13-year-old boy, so I'm not going to tell anybody. Yes, you would.
Of course you will. You're going to tell your classmates or whatever. All right, so I actually got to catch one of your interviews before where you said on the last day of filming Ant-Man, you kind of did a basic instinct on Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
And it was his last day. And from what I recall from what you were saying, he was a little bit disturbed by the actions that you were doing.
Yeah.
2 questions regarding that. How was it like the next time you saw him? And did you pull off anything like that for Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Well, I learned from my mistakes. I'm not going to try and do that again. And when he was a gentleman about it, because he did say, yeah, what was that all about? And then when I told him what I was doing, I think he chuckled, but he didn't. He was like, all right.
He just under the bridge, basically, yeah.
Yeah, but he made some kind of jokes at my expense over it. He always does, and I love it so much. That guy makes me laugh. That guy makes me laugh so hard.
One final question. Earlier during the press con, people had asked you what your favorite comedy films were. Excellent choice, by the way, on Defending Your Life. I remember watching that when I was a wee lass.
Very few people know that movie. It's very clever in that concept.
So I just wanted to ask you, and because this part you actually never got to answer, like amongst all of the comedy films that you've done, which one is your favorite?
Wow, they really vary. As far as pure jokes, Anchorman I think is probably
Panther Odia.
Yeah, it's just so relentless with jokes that I find very, very funny. I really loved working on I Love You Man.
Right.
Was one of, I think, my favorites. And then there's this movie I did called Wet Hot American Summer. That was a very small little kind of cult comedy that nobody saw. And that one has some parts that really make me laugh.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm sure you've heard this before, but I love you, man.
I appreciate it.